this session, which is going to be a workshop on asset management in hospitality, for which I would like to invite Mr. Rashid from Grant Thornton. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rashid from Grant Thornton.
Good evening. Thank you, Menon, for this presentation. So, the subject that I will choose to share with you today is an important subject for you as an investor or as an operator, is how to manage your assets, either during the operation of a renovation or during the life cycle of your business. So the first question we need to answer is why we need to monitor our assets. We need to monitor our assets because it's a legal and mandatory exercise that each company needs to perform each year. And it gives a reliable information system and a faithful image of what exists in a company. For example, hotels in this case. And CPA is obliged to express his opinion about the financial situation and the assets that exist in this company, if it is real or just assets that is not real in the reality and not used. The second important reason why we need to monitor our assets is the protection of these assets. By making an information system that monitor our assets and track each asset where it is, we can protect it easily and follow it very, very easily by using this financial system. The third thing is establishing a very clear in forecasting and reinvesting rules. When you have an information system that is there, you are going to have a very clean visibility about your needs in the future, and you can forecast your needs. You improve your communication, especially between a technical department and other departments, like finance, like housekeeping, like chef executive, and etc. And you improve your accuracy and your profitability because you can compute your expenses or depreciation expenses of the assets used by department, by restaurant, by bar, by every analytic aspect you need to do it. And the final and last thing and not least is to identify a hidden cost. Of course, if you have an asset which is not monitored, there are some hidden costs like storage costs, like taxes that you need to pay to administration based on your assets, and insurance costs that you need to pay every year. So all those costs need to be mastered using your system of monitoring your assets. Of course, doing a project on asset management, it's a challenging project because you perform the work in a moving environment. For example, when you are implementing this system, the hotel is not going to stop. It's going to start to continue working, and clients are going to come to the hotel and eat in the restaurant and everything while you are performing this job. The availability of financial information, of course, is another challenge that can impact the assignment, and the more hotel is older, and the difficult you will find the information system to justify your assets that are in a hotel. You need to federate employees around the project. For example, if you are performing this job, of course, the housekeeping, they have their own program. They are not going to change their program because there are some another assignment that is going on in the company. So you need to carry on your work and adapt it to the calendar of each one in the company You need to adapt it or the occupancy in the hotel. You need to adapt it on the every aspect of planning of the hotel. You need to control the investment flow. For example, of course, if you are performing this kind of job, there are other flows of coming into the hotel that you need to master and take it into consideration when performing the job. And the last thing is that you have an obligation of results. You need to perform that job. I give a financial system that is reliable and that reflects the reality that exists in a hotel. So to conduct this project, I have designed for you a summary of methodology, how we can do this project. Of course, the project is driven by a quality purpose, by monitored by an authority, which is generally the management of company. They order the job, and he is responsible of driving the job, driving his employees to execute the orders and to facilitate all the needs for the job. Comprehensive and realistic plan. Of course, you need to think about how we can do the assignment in a moving environment. Ongoing interaction and communication. You need also to communicate weekly basis about the difficulties and about all the advanced in our work, what we have done, what we need to done, what are the difficulties that we met during this week, and we need to try a solution quickly during the week. And the last one is a clear operation rule and task, and this is like it comes by experience. You need to put all the objectives that need to be realistic and the real result taken into consideration all the constraints that we talked about. Donc, the first thing we need to do to implement a financial system that manage your assets is to analyze the existence. This is a very important phase in which we identify your needs and we try to find solution and implement and describe it in a paper called methodology note that can be communicated to everybody in a hotel, housekeeping, technical department, and every department in a hotel to be all aware of the importance of the project and to validate some parameters like description of the assets, like family names, either the names of the family and assets, even the location where the codes need to be attached in a specific asset need to be discussed and validated with the housekeeping. For example, if we take for example a luxury hotel, we don't have a right to show like these codes in a place that bothers the clients. We need to prepare the planning, and we need to validate a number of parameters if we have working with the analytical accounting, so that we can give accurate information, needed information, and on time. The second phase is to reorganize the accounting system. And this is the best challenge because suppliers, when they give you the invoice, for example, they don't have all the information on you don't have all the information on the invoice about the assets. Technical information, for example, clear description of the assets. Sometimes it can give you just a technical description that is not legible at all for a simple user. It can be legible for an engineer or a technical user, but a simple user cannot use it and cannot read it. So you need to organize your accounting in such a way that it gives more feasibility and can be more readable for you to do the reconciliation work with the physical inventory assets. The third phase is doing the physical inventory assets, and here you need to go place by place and barcode everything in accordance with the specific criteria that we define in the first stage. And all those steps, of course, we need to submit deliverables for each phase to validate it with the authority that monitor the project, in order to be sure that what we are doing is the job that is demanded by the owner or by the operator. The fourth step is the reconciling between what we have found physically and what is in accounting system. And here in this stage, it's very important and need to collaboration with all the departments in the hotel, with a series of meetings to validate and to analyze the discrepancy, so that we can have a reconciling result, reliable, and with the maximum of consensus. Donc, any discrepancy, of course, need to be discussed with top management, and an operational and accounting adjustment need to be made on the accounting to justify this discrepancy. There are also another step, which is the implementing the results on the information system. This is like we work in coordination with the IT manager to implement those results and to track all the assets during the life cycle. And last and not least important step is to transfer the know-how that and to change management, because we esteem it's very important. We don't need company that just perform this assignment and the consultant leave. We also need company that can do by themselves this job and follow their assets without the consultant and without the consulting firm. So as I said, in the first stage, you need to precise some parameter of each phase, identify the structure of the asset file, identify the working methodology that we are going to use for each phases of the assignment, and the delivery for each phase. Set up the logistics, who is gonna perform what time, if are we going to use any electronic devices to perform the job, etc. Donc, to organize the asset book, we need to analyze all the accounting book that exists in company, to analyze the expenses that are made, and to make the distinction between an asset and an expense. And for the physical inventory work, it is adaptable to the nature of the assets. For example, we call that an asset that is mobile, that can move from one room to another or from one restaurant to another. It's going to be coded via a barcode. And an asset that cannot be moved, like a building or building improvement, need to be analyzed and justified based on the documentary. And here it's very critical subject, because we have a lot of hotels that they have from the beginning they were created, and then they have many improvements on the building, either a technical or, for example, take water canalization or water system, electrical system, have been improved many times during 10 years, and then there are a lot of expenses that has been engaged to improve the system. So we need to leave just the exact investment that exists now, but not the older ones that have been removed because of this improvement. The reconciliation work needs to be done in coordination with the hotel management. This is very important, and we cannot, as a consultant, I cannot do the job my own because I'm a consultant, I'm financial, I organize the project, but it's the team inside the hotel that's gonna help and give all the information needed to make our assets clear, gives the fade image, and can be followed easily using the information system. As I said, the implementing the results in a information system is an important part, because if we do the operation without investing in information system that can facilitate its track and its monitoring, it's useless. We need to invest in information system that can monitor our assets and track it from the beginning to the end of its life. And for example, and of course, training is an important part that makes hotel and company carry on in their project and continue monitoring their assets without coming back to the consulting firm to re-perform the job again. So this is all about some aspects of the assets management. As a consultant, I have been working in a consulting firm for almost 10 days. We worked with major companies, either on these subjects or other subjects related to hospitality. Just to mention, we worked with La Mamounia, Michlif in Ifran, Royal Mansour in Casablanca and Marrakesh, and some hotels in Saidia. And the impact of this kind of assignments is very immediate, and you have immediately a system that works and can track your assets and give you a faith and reliable information. So I have here a brochure that explains what we do in Grand Thornton. Outside assets management, we work with some hotels and either owners or operators to dematerialization of workflow. This is a kind of a new assignment that we try to implement in Morocco, which is in a hotel we need to have a zero paper circulating between the front desk and the controller downstairs. And it's almost a lot of advantage serving clients, or for example, a client who came to check in, and if he demands the justification of its consumption during his stay in a hotel, just with one click, you can give him all the bills that he signed, rather than going to the finance department and looking for the whole day, looking for those papers. So dematerialization of information flow inside the hotel is a very important subject that we do for our clients. We analyze the fraud. A fraud in a hotel is a serious subject right now. Donc we offer our clients some assignments regarding the subject, and we worked with some operational to do the transition, some owners to do the transition from one operator to another operator. So there is an audit assignment that need to be done to make sure that the situation is clear for everybody, so that if they are going to have some accounts after they know exactly from where they start. So I invite you, there is a brochure there for if you have any information about any subject regarding consultancy and auditing, in Morocco. We have 2 offices, one in Casablanca and one in Marrakesh. And we are the driving force of sub-Saharan company firm, Grand Thomson firm, for example, for sub-Saharan. They are coming to Morocco for a teaching, to get the methodology, and we work together in several projects, either from here, Casablanca, or we go there in Senegal or other countries to help them and to work together to some subjects. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation, and we hope we can, if you have some questions, we can answer, or we can just have a meeting later if you have any needs, and we are at your disposal to hear from you. Thank you very much.